Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome to today's class. So at first, we will have a look at one photo together, all right? So let me share the photo with you, and you will just tell me, what can you see in the photo? So what can you see there? All right, so it's a family, right? So we can see a few family members there. And this is what we will talk about a little today. So I would like you to tell me a few family words that you know. So we will have a look at some family members together. And you will try to dig deep in your mind, and you will just tell me what you remember from your previous studies about about family. And we will have a look at, or I will categorize it a little. So we will start by talking about your direct family. So when I say the phrase direct family, what words come to your mind? What family members can you think of when I say, oh, direct family? All right, so you might have said something like, oh, a father or a mother, a sister, a brother, etc. Yeah, so family members that are in your direct family are as if the closest to you. So these are your closest relatives. Now, what if I say other relatives? Other relatives. Again, what family members can you think of? So again, you might have said something, oh, an uncle, or hey, an uncle, or an aunt, or a cousin. Yeah. So these are all the people that are not in your direct family. So they are not the closest to you, as if, but they are like a little bit further. So they are other relatives that you have. And then let me give you one more category that I would like you to think about for a while. And that is husbands or wives' family. So if you have a husband or if you have a wife, what are some family members that you can think of related to their part of your family? They're part of the family, of your family. Okay, so these are people like, oh, mother-in-law. So mother-in-law is your husband's or wife's mother, or father-in-law. Father-in-law. So again, this is your husband's or wife's father. Yes, we have, let me also insert it for you. So a mother-in-law, a father-in-law, or if your husband or wife has a sister or a brother, it's going to be your sister or brother-in-law. So a sister-in-law, a brother-in-law. A brother, okay, a brother-in-law. In-law. Awesome, good. So guys, I hope that this helps you a little bit to start thinking in English. And today what we will have a look at, we will have a look a little bit at your fathers. So if you have a father, yeah, we will talk a little bit about your fathers. If you don't have a father, you can think of other like other family member that you have, like a mother or a sister or a brother. It doesn't really matter. But I will talk about my father. And I will ask you about your fathers. So can you just tell me, what does your father look like? Can you answer this question? What does your father look like? You can take a few minutes, or a minute rather, to think about that. What does your father look like? And let me tell you a little bit about my father. I'm going to just give you like 2 sentences, not to make it long. So my father is tall, and he has blue eyes. He has blue eyes and brown, well, gray hair now. Used to be brown, and gray hair. Yes, so this is my father. So when I ask you a question, what does your father look like, or what does somebody look like? What I'm asking about is the appearance of that person. So about his or her hair, about the color of his or her hair, about the length, about eyes, whether I'm curious or I want to know whether the person is tall or short, or overweight or slim, etc. Okay, so this is what I'm asking about. So today we will have a look at one story of one father and his daughter. So I will show you the photo of them at first. Okay, so this is them. This is the father that we will talk about, and this is his daughter. So what we will start with, we will listen to three different women describing their fathers. And you will try to tell me which one is Charlotte. Okay, so which one is Charlotte? This is Charlotte here in the photo. So she will be also like one of these people describing their fathers. And you can see the photo of the father here. So what you need to listen to is basically, or what you need to listen for is the information she gives about her father here. Yes, so she will describe him a little bit, and you will just tell me then based on that whether she was speaker one that was speaking, whether she was speaker two or speaker three. All right, so let me play you the recording and let's try to tell me which one Charlotte is. So let me share the sound. Okie doke, and let me play it for you.
1.11 1.
My dad's very tall and thin, with a big nose. He looks a bit like a tall, thin bird. He has blonde hair and blue eyes, which is typical of Sweden. His grandmother was from Sweden. He looks a bit serious, but he isn't really. He's very funny. He has a great sense of humour.
2. I think my dad's quite good looking. He's not very tall, a bit taller than me, and he still has his hair, but less than before. It was dark, but it's grey now. He's not thin, but he isn't overweight. He's careful about what he eats, and he's got a lovely smile. 3. My dad's short and thin, and he wears glasses. He isn't exactly good-looking, but he's not unattractive either. He's very friendly and very talkative. In fact, he never stops talking. 1.11
All right. So if you need to, you can replay this part again to listen to it one more time. But I will give you the answer right now. So if you don't know it yet, please replay the video again. So Charlotte is or was speaker number 2. Yes, so that was her. Now what you will do, you will listen to this, like everyone, you will listen to this recording one more time so we can replay it on your own. And you will try to focus on 4 facts about her dad. And that is, let me also put it on the board so that you can see it well, or you can concentrate on it better. Okay, so what you will listen to, or what you will try to catch this time are information, or is information that she gives about his height. Then she mentioned, or she will mention again, his something about his weight. Then she gives some information about his hair, and then his smile. All right, so try to listen to it one more time and just note down everything you hear about his height, his hair, his weight, and his smile. All right, and now I'll give you the answers. So what did she say about his height? What did she note down? Well, what we know is that he is not very tall. Okay, this is what she said. He is not very tall. Now, what about his weight? Well, she said he's not thin. He's not thin, but he isn't overweight. So this is what she said about his weight. Now, what about his hair? So she said it was dark. It was dark, but it's gray now. Yes, so now it's gray. And what about his smile? Well, she just said, oh, it's lovely. Yeah, so his smile is lovely. Awesome, good. So now what she talked about, or she described, I heard that, but she focused on his appearance. Yeah, so we've already said that appearance, when we talk about appearance, let me write that word here as well. Appearance is like when you talk or when you describe somebody's hair, eyes, if you want to know if the person is, whether the person is tall or short or thin or overweight, these are all the things that basically are appearance, yeah, so are part of appearance. So I can say, oh, he's tall and short and I don't know, a bit overweight or something like that. Awesome. So now, guys, what you will do, or what we will do together, we will have a look at some appearance vocabulary. So again, I will share the screen with you and I will share the exercise that we will have a look at together. Give me just 1 second or two. All right, so let me share it now. Yep, and here it is. So guys, what you will do, as you can see, you have some photos here on the top in exercise 1A. Yeah, so we had exercise 1A, we have some photos here, and below them, there are some sentences all about appearance. What you will do, you will have a look at the picture or at the photo, and you will try to match it with the sentence. So the first one is done. That's an example that can help you. So if you have a look here, there's a cute little girl, or yeah, it's a girl, and we will match it with the sentence, she has big blue eyes. So now, guys, you can pause the video and you can just match the remaining photos with the sentences. Pause the video now. Good. And I will not tell you the answers right now, but you can find them in the description of the video below. Yes, you can just check it on your own and correct it on your own. And now, when we describe somebody, of course, we always describe his or her appearance, but you can also describe somebody's personality. Personality. So when we talk about personality, we talk about like what the person is like. So like, is the person friendly, or is the person helpful, or is the person nice? Yeah, these are all personality words. So we will have a look right here, yeah, at this exercise right here, and we will work in a very basically the same way, but this time we have adjectives here on the top, and you will just match them with their definitions below. So you will only focus on this part right now, yeah, so only on this part here, and you will just match it. So again, there is an example done for you. A person who is open and warm is, oh, that's friendly. So we will write it here. Then you will go to the second one. A person who talks a lot is, and try to find the word here. So again, pause the video now and complete the exercise. Awesome. So again, you can find the answers in the description of the video below. And now we will focus on the second part of this exercise, and that is to find the opposite words. So we've got the word friendly here, and now we will have a look here at this table, and you will try to find the opposite word to friendly. So find it now. Good. It's unfriendly. So we will write it here. And now you can do the rest on your own. And again, you can pause the video and check the answers on your own, which you can find in the description of the video below. Good. Awesome. So guys, and let me tell you just a few other things that you should remember when talking about somebody's appearance or personality. So we will start, or I will share, hold on, I will share the whiteboard again. Awesome. So let me just go here. Excellent. So guys, when we talk, or there are a few things that I just wanted to mention when talking about appearance and personality. First of all, is that when we describe somebody's hair or eyes, we usually use many different adjectives. Yeah, so for example, when we talk about hair, we can say that somebody has long and curly and brown hair. So you can see that we have 3 different adjectives, and it's really, and it like, yeah, like you could say, of course, brown, long, curly hair, and everyone like would understand what you mean, but there is a rule to the position of these adjectives, and that is that we should always start with the adjective, with the size adjective. So that is when we talk about hair, is the hair long or short, or eyes, are they big or small? Then we have style. So there is a style adjective. So again, when we talk about hair, it can be, for example, curly or wavy or straight. And then the last one is the color adjective, which is quite clear, right? Brown, blue, blonde, etc. Yeah, so when we talk about hair, for example, you can say, oh, she has long, curly, brown hair. So that's one thing to remember. Another thing that I just wanted to mention is these 2 words, thin and slim. So you can say that somebody is thin, you can say that somebody is slim. However, when you say the word, or when you use the word thin, it means that this person is thin in an attractive way, in a good way. Okay, so thin is thin in an attractive way. All right. When you say that somebody is slim, it might sound a little bit negative. Now, other 2 words that I would like to mention are the words fat and overweight. Yeah, so often you can describe, or you can say, wow, he's so fat, or he's so overweight. Which one is better? What do you think? Oh, definitely overweight. So when you say that somebody's fat, again, it's a little bit offensive. So it's more polite to use the word overweight. Yeah, when you talk about somebody's appearance, so you can say, oh, he's a bit overweight, or he's really overweight. Try to avoid the word fat. And let me check my notes if there is anything else I wanted to mention. Oh, yes, of course there is. And that's the word, or the 2 words, and that is handsome and beautiful. So again, when you describe someone, you can say, oh, he's so handsome, or oh, she's so beautiful. And these are 2 facts that I wanted to mention. So when you want to use the word handsome, use it for men. Okay, so you will always say, oh, he is handsome, or oh, those men are so handsome. When you want to say the same about women, you would use the word beautiful. So you can say, oh, she's beautiful, or the women over there are so beautiful. Okay, so this is how you will use it. There is a general word that you can use for both men and women, and that is good looking. So you can say, oh, he is good looking, or she is good looking. Yeah, so if you're not sure which one to use, just go for good looking. Okay, no, it's double O, not triple. So good looking is a general word you can use. Awesome, good. So guys, what we will do now, we will again, or we can practice this a little bit. I'm sorry about that. So we can practice this a little bit, and you can answer 2 questions that I will write you here on the board. Again, think of a family member or think of a friend. Anyone. Just choose one person. Okay, so that person's in your mind, and now we will talk about this person a little bit. Try to answer these two questions about your person. The first one is, what does your blah blah? So, for example, what does your brother, and again, look like? And the second one will be, what is he or she, or what is, in this case, he like? If it's a sister, what is she like? Or a friend that is a woman, yeah, it doesn't matter. So, what is important to notice here is these two questions ask about different things. So, the first one, what does your brother look like? Here I'm asking about the person's appearance. So, again, hair, eyes, etc. What is he or she like? What I want to know is, okay, what's this person's personality like? Is the person friendly, nice, helpful, mean? Yes, so you will describe the personality of this person. So now you can answer the questions on your own. Good, awesome. And now we will move on. We will go back to the story, or to those two people, if you still remember them, to that Charlotte and her father. And we will talk about them a little bit more because there is an interesting story that we will go over. So we will, at first though, we will have a look at an important word that is important to know if you want to understand the text. And that is the word date. So we will talk about dating a little bit. So when we use the word date, of course, date is also, for example, today is the 1st of April. Yeah, that's the date as well. But we will talk about the different kind of date today, which can be a noun. So we can say a date. So I can say, for example, oh, that was a great date. Or we can use it as a verb. So date like somebody as a verb. So for example, my friend is single. She's not dating anyone at the moment. Yeah. So as you can see, the word date can be a noun. It can be also be a verb. If you date someone, this sentence can really help you to realize, or yeah, like what or to know, or to get, or to, yeah, like this sentence will really help you guess the meaning of the word. So if you are dating somebody, that means that you are seeing someone, like meaning like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Yes, you are dating someone. And if you go on a date, yeah, so, and for example, you meet a boy or you meet a girl and you go out for the first time together, then you come back and your friend asks you about the date, you can say, oh, that was a great date. That means that particular meeting, yeah, that you had that one time. So what we will have a look at today, we will go back to Charlotte and her dad, and the name or the headline of the text is, please date my dad. Please date my dad. So what do you think? What is the text going to be about? I think it's quite obvious from here. All right. So now we will have a look at the text together. So again, let me just share it with you. Okie dokes. Okay, this is not the right page. Let me just go there. Okay, so what we will have a look at, or what you will have a look at, because again, I will be quiet for a while, is this text right here. So what I want you to do is to go through the text, to read the text on your own, and then we will focus a little bit on this exercise right here. So you will read the text, and then you can, or you will tell me what information you found about his age. That means her father's age. Yeah, this man's here, his job, his marital status. That is he married? Is he single? Is he divorced? His personality and his perfect partner. So what kind of a person he's looking for. So read the text on your own. Try to find this information. You can pause the video now. Awesome. Good, guys. So again, I will not tell you the answer, but you can find it in the description of the video below. And now you will focus on the second exercise that is related to this text, and that is this one here. So you will read the text again if you need to, and you will try to answer all of these questions here. You can pause the video again, and you can find the answers in the description of the video below. Awesome. So guys, in this text, there were two words that I would like to focus on a little bit as well. And these are the words funny and fun. So again, let me go here. So we can say, for example, wow, he's so fun. Or wow, he's so funny. So they look very similar. However, their meaning is different. So when I say that somebody is funny, yeah, like this one here, he's so funny, it means this person makes me laugh. Yeah, so I'm like, ha ha ha, I laugh a lot when I'm with him. So maybe he tells good jokes or something. When I say, oh, he's so fun, it just means that when I'm with this person, I feel good. Yeah, like I'm having a good time. Yeah, like every time I'm with this person, I have a good time. So I just feel good around this person. So I can say he's or she's so fun. Good, awesome. Now, guys, we will take a break again from Charlotte and her dad again, and we will have a look a little bit at some grammar. So let me choose one sentence from the text, and that's the sentence, oh, they often go out together. They often go out together. So when you have a look at this sentence, is this a past situation? Is this a present situation? Or is this a future situation? Am I talking here about the past, about the present, or about the future? You're right. We are talking about the present. And this tense here, when we have a look at the verb, they go out, this is called present simple. I'm sure you have studied it before, so it will be easy for you. I have prepared some, like a little speech, let's say, about this grammar. So I have already prepared it, so I will just share it with you. Okay, right here, open board. Alrighty, so give me a sec. Awesome. So when we talk about present simple, when do we actually use it? When do we use present simple tense? Well, we use it, as you can see here, when we talk about things that happen every year, every day, every week, every weekend. Yeah, so there is some kind of regularity there. We also use it when we talk about things that are generally true or things that always happen. So, for example, if you always go, I don't know, to work from Monday to Friday, you say, I go to work from Monday to Friday. Yeah, because it always happens like every week. Or I don't know, if things is generally, if a thing is, or if there are some facts. Yeah, for example, which one? Yeah, like for example, let's say you live in Siberia, so you can say, oh, it snows here every December, or it snows in winter. It's true. Yeah, it's a fact. It always happens as well. Now we also use this present simple tense with words like often, always, usually, sometimes, twice a week, once a week, etc. So hopefully this is clear. Now we will have a look at another thing, and that is how we actually form this tense. So I have chosen the verb work, and you can see it here. So when we talk about, or when we have positive sentences, we always say, for example, I work, you work. Important thing, When we have he, she, it, so third person singular, we always have to add an S. So he works, she works, it works. Yeah, we, you, they is the same as I and you. So we work, you work, they work. Now, when we have a negative sentence, we form the negative with the verb do, auxiliary verb do. So you can say I don't work, or you can say I do not work. Yeah, so this is the contracted form. This is the normal form, I do not work. Then you don't work, or again, you do not work. He, she is again different because we have to have that S there, and we will put it into do. So we have does, and in the negative we have doesn't. Then we don't work, you don't work, they don't work. When we have a question again, we use our friends do and does again. So we will say, do I work? Do you work? Does he work? Does she work? Do we work? Do you work? Do they work? If you want to answer a question, for example, when somebody asks you, hey, do you work? You can say, yes, I do, or no, I don't. Yes, you don't have to say, yes, I work, or no, I don't work. You can just use do and don't. The same with does he, no, he, yes, he does, no, he doesn't, and so on. Now, we will have a look a little bit more at this third person singular. So we said that when we have he and she, we have to add an S. However, there are some exceptions. So for example, when we have the word study, I study, and then we want to say he, this Y, as you can see here, or maybe let me choose this Y changes into I. Yeah, so I study, he studies. Why? Because there is a consonant before the Y. Yeah, so consonants are letters like D, E, P, etc. So not A, I, O, U. Yeah, these are all vowels. But other than A, I, O, U, etc. So D, P, P, yeah, and etc. Yeah, so you can Google consonants and you will know what I mean by that. So let me also write it here. So consonant plus Y, then the Y changes into I. Now, when we have verbs that end in sh or sh, oh, hold on, sh or sh, we again have to add es at the end. So I watch, but he watches. I finish, he finishes. The same goes for verbs which end in o, like go or do. But here, for example, with the verb go, the pronunciation doesn't change. So I go, he goes. We don't say goes. Yeah, he goes. When we say I do, then we say he does. Okay. In another exception is the verb have. So when we say I have, then in the third person singular, we have to say he has. Right? So these are just a few things. And then one other important thing to notice are that we said that in present simple or present simple tense is used with adverbs of frequency. These are words like often, sometimes, never, usually. What is important to notice here is the position of these words. So in a sentence, when we have the words like often or never or usually, these words always go before the verb. Yeah, so we have the verb go or eat. So at first we have the adverb of frequency and then we have the verb. So we cannot, no, say I go often out or I eat never fast food. No, we say I often go out, I never eat fast food. But when we have the verb to be, the verb to be is like I am, you are, so am, are, is. In this case, we put the adverbs of frequency after these verbs. So we say I am never late, not I never am late. No, we cannot say that. He is always right. We don't say he always is right, right? So just remember that. And when we have words like twice or phrases like twice a week, once a week, 3 times a week, these go always at the end of the sentence. Okay, so you say I go out twice a week, I go to the gym once a week, I I work out 3 times a week, etc. All right. So now you have all these grammar rules in your mind. So we will, of course, practice it at first. Okay, so we will practice it. So let me again share the screen. Hopefully you can see it all. All right, and we will have a look at 2 exercises together. Let me just find the page. Okay, so here it is. Okay. So what we will start with, again, you can pause the video and you can do it on your own. We have this exercise here, 1A, and in here you have some sentences. You can see that sometimes we have a positive sentence, sometimes a negative sentence, sometimes there is a question. And you will have to form the sentences on your own. Think about the grammar, think about all the rules that I've just told you, and you will try to complete that. Pause the video, you have an example here, he usually get up late. It's a positive sentence, so he usually gets up late. I will say it again, pause the video now and do it on your own, complete it on your own, and then you can check the answers in the description of the video below. All right, and now we will have a look at the second exercise in which you will just put the words in the correct order to make a sentence. So for example, we have go, cinema, we, often, the, do, blah, doesn't make any sense. We have to put it into in the correct order and make sense out of it. So for example, we often go to the cinema. Now pause the video again, complete the exercise, check the answers on your own. Good, awesome. And now, guys, we will go back to Charlotte and her dad because Charlotte's dad went on a date with 2 women. We will have a look at 2 profiles of these women at first, and then I will ask you another question. So let me just go to the correct page so that you can see what I mean. Okie dokes. Okie dokes. So this is the first woman. This is the first date for Clint, as we can see here. So this is the woman. Here we have some information about her. So I would like you to have a look at the profile and then try to answer these questions below about the woman. I know the task says ask B question about Tessa, and you can see that this is not Tessa, but if you were here with me, we would work in the correct way. However, you are there on your own in front of your screen, so we'll just do it in this way, okay? So have a look at the profile and answer the questions about Maggie. Pause the video. Good. And now we will have a look at the second date that Clint went on. And this time it is with another woman, and that is her. So he also went on a date with Tessa. Again, have a look at her profile, answer the questions on your own, pause the video. Good. Awesome. And now, guys, who do you think is a better date for Clint? I will not tell you my opinion. It's up to you. There is no correct answer. And now, what do you think about this? Like, do you think, is it a good idea if, let's say, you have a divorced dad or a divorced mom, do you think, is it a good idea to help her or help him to find a proper date? What do you think? Good, awesome. Good. So this was the story of Charlotte and her dad. And now we will have a look at one other interesting story. And we will still stick with the topic of dating. So we will still talk about dating. But let me go to the correct page before I tell you more. Okay, so we will have a look this time at this woman here. So before we start, can you just tell me, what does she look like? Mm-hmm. Good, awesome. So her name is Elspeth Gordon, and she's a journalist. So that means she works for a newspaper. And she's talking about a dating experiment. I will not tell you what the experiment is, but we will listen to her and then we will discuss it a little bit more. So here we have some questions about the recording I'm about to play for you. So have a look at the questions. I will play the recording for you and then you will try to answer the questions. All right. So read the questions at first so that you are prepared. And I will then play the video, the recording for you. Okay, so I hope you're ready. Let's listen to it.
1.19.
My name's Elspeth. I'm 25. I'm a journalist. I live in Dublin and I'm single. It's not easy to meet people here. So who can help me? My mother and a dating app. My favourite dating app, called Tinder, shows you photos of possible partners with a bit of information about them. You look at the photos and swipe, swipe, swipe. Swipe right if you like them, and swipe left, well, swipe left if you don't. If a guy likes you, and you like him, you have a match. Then you can start messaging the person, and from this, romance follows. Or so they say. I've tried it, but with no success. So I decide to give my mother my phone. She can swipe all the men she likes and then look at my matches and choose the people that she likes the best. I've promised to go on a date with the men she chooses.
Alrighty, good. So again, if you don't know the answers yet, you can replay the video again. You can listen to it one more time. I'll not tell you again the answers now, but you can find them in the description of the video below. Now what we will do, we will listen to Elspeth describe her first 2 dates. And now I would like you to just focus on the one question, and that is, what does she think of her mom's choices? Yes, so what's her opinion? What does she think of her mom's choices? So let me play it for you and we will listen to it. Awesome.
1.20. Date 1.
My first date is with a nice guy called John. I sit at a table in a bar and wait for him to arrive. An old man walks towards the table, and for 2 awful seconds I think it's all a terrible mistake, but he walks past and then my date arrives. He's very tall, 1.90 meters. Well done, Mum. I'm tall myself, so I always look for tall men, as my mum knows well. We start chatting, and it's all very easy. Mum has good taste. He's a teacher. We get on well, and it's a fun date, but sadly, there isn't a spark. So, I try again.
Date 2.
I arrive a bit early again, and I sit there waiting for Sebastian to arrive. Suddenly, I realise that I can't remember anything at all about him, not even where he's from. Then he comes through the door, tall, dark, and handsome. Mum, you're amazing, I say to myself. He's from Germany, but he lives in Dublin. He's a real gentleman. At the end of the evening, he asks for a second date. Mum is very pleased. I agree to the date, but I don't really think it's going to work.
All right, good. So now, guys, we will listen to this one more time. So again, you can just replay it on your own. And this time, we will have a look at some more information about the man that she went on a date with. So we have John and Sebastian, and here we have some information about them. And you will just try to match the phrases to the two men. Okay, so for example, he's tall, dark, and handsome. Is this about John or is this about Sebastian? If it's about John, you will write A here. If it's about Sebastian, you will write an S. Okay? So listen to it one more time on your own. You can replay it on your own. And then, of course, you can find the answers in the description of the video below. And now what we will do, we will listen to the third date that you went on. And I would like you to answer following questions. The first one is it a success? And then you will see she will get a message in the recording. So you will just answer who do you think the message is from? All right, so let me play it for you and just try to answer these questions.
1.21. Date 3.
Date number 3 is George. He suggests a bar on South William Street. I arrive early. I'm definitely the most punctual person in the world. I stand outside, very confused. The bar is closed. For a moment, I think Mom has finally got it wrong. But a few minutes later, he arrives. He just didn't know the bar was closed. We go somewhere else and start chatting. He tells me he works in IT and is from just outside Dublin. This guy is great fun. He's very relaxed and interesting. He's travelled a lot. He tells a lot of funny stories. It's all going well, and I'm getting very enthusiastic when my phone pings.
Dun-dun-dun. So she's just got the message.
1.21.
Okay, hold on.
Date 3.
So what we will do now, you can again replay it if you need to. No worries there. But we will move on. So if you need to replay it, just pause the video, replay it. Yeah, do it on your own again. But we will now listen to the rest of the story, and you will just tell me if you were right. So if your guess was right, yeah, because you already. Hopefully you have already told yourself who the message was from. So now you will just tell me if you were right. And then we will listen to some information about Elsbeth's feelings. So you will answer the question, how does Elsbeth feel? And then just your opinion. Do you think they have a second date? So let's listen to it again. Or not again, but first time. So let me play it for you. Okay.
1.22.
It's all going well, and I'm getting very enthusiastic when my phone pings. It's on the table between us, and it's a text from my mother. Well, is he lovely? Love, Mum. George looks at my screen and reads the text. I want to die.
Okay. So what do you think?
1.22.
Why does she want to die? All right, so you can tell me. You can tell me, of course. Awesome, good. So guys, we will not have a look at any other story anymore, but now it's time for you to practice speaking a little bit more. And we will talk again about a person you know. So what you will do now, again, you will choose or you will think of a single person that you know. So somebody who's single. So if it's your brother, think of your brother. If it's your friend, think of your friend. And you will complete this information or this form about that person. So his name, relationship, of course, it's going to be single because we are looking for single people here. And then you will complete the form and then you will prepare to give this information about him or her. Yeah, so let's say that I have a friend, her name's Lucy. So I will say, okay, her name's Lucy, she's single, she's 25, etc. Yeah, what's her job? What's her personality? What does she look like? Yeah, what is she like? What does she like? What doesn't she like? Yeah, so you will just make like a little speech about this person, okay? And you will tell me your answers. Good. Awesome, guys. Well done. So today we will not talk about anything else anymore. So thank you very much for today's class. I hope you'll have a lovely day or a lovely evening. And yeah, I'll see you next time. So bye bye. See you.